Hello, minasan, konnichiwa, and welcome to another exciting episode of DeSPIRIA. It's been a long time since we saw Rena Springs. 懐かしいですね. So anyway, I've decided to kind of divide this up. This episode, we're going to be finishing up the Hospital of No Return and kind of getting to the end. And then in the next episode after this one, I wanted to do the final boss fight plus the ending. So we'll go ahead and finish up the dungeon here, if you want to call it a dungeon, I guess. And then we'll stop and we'll have the final boss fight, the finale, and the ending in the next episode. So look forward to that. And we're still wandering around here. These rooms are connected. And once again we have one of the kidnapped children. It's like these memories or these versions are like slightly different than the ones we rescued. It's like, you were supposed to have rescued us, and they're like trying to give Alua a guilt trip. And I'm not sure why I have to fight this guy again. But yeah, we fought quite a few repeat bosses again. Which is fine, it's only like twice. It's not like the same enemy 100 times. I'm going to try to make this episode a little shorter. The previous episode was a little long. I didn't quite balance it out too well. It didn't have a really good stopping point. But in this episode, our stopping point will be at the final boss. And that way I can just kind of have the final boss fight and the game's ending all in one episode. So we're here in the Hospital of No Return, and apparently Vay Rutherford, or Razaford, however you want to call him. So, he's been doing experiments here on his own daughter. There she is. And having her as almost the catalyst, he converted her into a mind user, and she doesn't want to be here, but she's like stuck in this dream, infinite. Her soul or whatever is trapped, and she's sort of the main catalyst holding this place together, and everything else is connecting here, absorbing all this souls of everything else that comes in here. And apparently its influence is expanding. And even there we see that priest guy from way back when we were in Central looking for the kidnapped children. And Vay Rutherford himself, like in the priest robes, which is even creepier than seeing him in his other outfit. But yeah, it's pretty cruel to be like doing stuff on your own daughter. I mean, he's been doing these experiments in this building and sort of locked himself in here, apparently, according to Prospero Sensei and some of the others we talked to in Eden. And he's been up to some serious naughty business. Basically, Vay Razaford, wanting to be God, playing God. And the ultimate way to do that is to be separated from your body and to be like this free-flowing soul that can be part of everything and everyone. And as soon as every single person is absorbed he has the ultimate control of everybody and everything, including everybody's souls, everybody's emotions. Blah, blah, blah. The typical power trip. So here we go. We got the key from Razaford himself because he wants us to get up here into the final room. Ooh, there she is. And yeah, she does not look very comfortable. It's like you could have at least put her into a chair or something, right? I was just checking there to see if I could, back out and look around on the roof area of the hospital. But by backing out, it just takes you down a floor. So let's go ahead and have a look on everything, and then we'll check out his daughter there. She's like, please stop the system. She wants us to shut down, the system and kill me. And she says, please kill me. So we stop the system. So whatever she's all plugged in here to. Oh, we're gonna have to fight her. My goodness. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, it's definitely symbolic. She's tied up there like a marionette. From the start, she's kind of been played as a marionette. Razaford using her for his own evil ends. It's kind of a bummer the little guy there on the right is kind of blocking her face. Can't really see her very well. Alright, well there you can see her a little bit better now that I got rid of the minions. Sorry girl, didn't want to do it. Getting a lot of level ups. Kawaisou ni. Yep, that's too bad. She probably just wanted to live a normal life. Wow, like 30 years? She was here? Man, what is Razaford doing? Definitely a kind of supervillain style character. And I didn't actually expect to see him again. He was there in the very beginning of the game. We're gonna do a dive or don't. Yeah, I need to check this room real quick because there was a couple things I didn't look at before we do a dive. Make sure my health and everything's good. Alright, here we go into her mind. Whoa, that's trippy. More of these kinky tunnels. And there are enemies in here. They save the best for last. Since we're, nearing the end, I wanted to show off, some of the fights. I know most of them I've kind of cut short, just, to save time. And, as usual, Final Fantasy turn-based style fights go, they're not all that entertaining. You just have one turn, and then enemy's turn, and your turn. Well, the transitions here are pretty cool. Pretty creepy. So this is a maze, of course. Definite mind maze. Okay, that's the way back to the hospital. So I've pretty much come full circle. Whoa. Going down. So I guess I'll just follow the alphabet. Probably the best way. Question marks. Unknown. Triple unknown. Okay. Yeah, definitely the best for last. What is that? Don't ask me. I have no clue. So maybe I'm supposed to go, the first question room. Boy, what is that? Poop boy. Am I suddenly playing Toilet Kids again? The enemies in this game would make good enemies in like a Biohazard game, one of the Biohazard games. And there's no map here. So I've been wandering around a little bit. Was trying the question mark routes. Like do the first question mark and then the second question mark and then the third question mark. But the triple question mark seems to just lead back to itself over and over again. Probably better to stick to the alphabet. So sorry for the funny kind of cut there. But in the end I was wandering around for another 30 minutes or so, and I eventually just followed the alphabet and headed to the different rooms, and eventually room O in the alphabet led here. So if you're kind of lost in that maze, just kind of follow the alphabet, A, B, C, whatever's next in the sequence, even though there's a few letters missing. When you get to room O, This will be the final boss room. And there he is. Ve Razaford, dressed as one of the weirdo priests. But yeah, I'm not sure if that maze changes, like depending on your playthrough, but basically I got here by getting to room O in the alphabet, and as soon as I went through the tunnel to that one, I arrived in this place, which is apparently the core of his daughter's thoughts, emotions, and this is where he set up something terrible. And basically now he's just going to give us his God speech. So he was behind it all along. I'm sure he was pulling some of the strings at the church too. And once again, like the quote-unquote church in this game is not a church that you would think of as like a religious group. It's more like almost like a government style agency that's like a cult that is kind of a somewhat ruling class sort of thing. It's not an actual nice church. I don't know, that's like kind of the best image I can give of it. And now that we know the truth, we're going to be taking him down. He's just sort of shining us on here. Cess was part of the plan. She, I think I've been calling her a she the whole time. I think that it's a girl, but I don't know, I could be wrong. It's kind of hard to tell. But with the long hair, I thought that Cess was a female. So once again, we're just going to have some trippy, thoughts, some comments from past people. There's Ida, who relied on us. Cess also did, but they were both killed. I'm guessing that these souls or spirits of them, that he sort of absorbed or talking to us, trying to manipulate Alua. Or no, she has to... Oh, there's that priest guy too. See, I'm not sure if it's actually them. Lucian, Father Lucian. I'm not sure if it's actually them or if it's Ve Rutherford, just showing us their souls and trying to manipulate what they say, to get Alua to kind of give up. So it's not your fault, Oneitan. You tried to save and help everybody. There's Joachim. So yeah, some of these are like saying pulling from her emotions or pulling from her memories and her thoughts. It's like if you just open your heart, open your mind. I mean, I keep saying heart. The the kanji there is the kanji for kokoro. Open your heart, Alua, but of course it would be a bad idea. Yamero! Stop it! Because she needs to protect her heart and her mind for this battle, or else she'll be absorbed by Ve Razaford into this ridiculous machine that he's created. Minikui Cylinder. Yep, that's for sure. That is a disgusting, creepy cylinder device, whatever. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is the final boss and then the ending of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here pretty quick after the dialogue. And in the next episode, we'll go ahead and we'll do the final boss fight and then the ending of this game. And unlike the other episodes that I've recorded, I want to show... I'm just going to go ahead and do the entire fight in its entirety. It's a classic, kind of Final Fantasy style battle with, 3 phases where the boss gets tougher and tougher each time. Kind of an endurance round. And, rather than cut it short, I'll show the entire boss fight and what I did, how I defeated it. And if you're wondering, I was level 55 at this point in the game. And the final boss fight was pretty challenging, but not too bad, so probably don't need to be level 55 if you're playing this game and you're a little bit lower, like around level 50 or 51 is probably enough. But I just happen to be at level 55 at this point, if you are curious at my level. But yeah, a bunch of dialogue here, just about humanity and, sort of heaven and what does it mean to, all humanity should just, be absorbed in this thing and live as kind of one soul. It's almost like an Evangelion, kind of concept. If you've ever seen Neon Genesis Evangelion, the anime, the original one, it has that weird thing of everybody just be one soul, and it's sort of heaven, blah blah blah. So the dialogue is kind of similar to that. And a lot of times the kanji for kokoro here, could also be emotions or feelings rather than the heart itself. It's a little hard to, kind of determine which it means, by just looking at the kanji. The context is kind of necessary. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching. I know this was a short episode, but I hope you enjoyed. I wanted to show up to this point in the game. And in the very next one, we're going to do the finale of DeSPIRIA. Thank you for joining me on this series. We'll see you all in the next one.